Alright guys, so first gonna know off, slightly different setup. I moved my camera over so I can be in front of the desk because it was really awkward. And what I'm doing today is I'm doing a reading for Chanyeol because I had a weird dream and he sort of popped up in it. And usually when that happens, that's kind of an indication for me to do a reading on this particular person. So, here we are. So how it's going to work is I'm going to take 3 from here, which is the archetype. Then I'm going to go to the animal spirit guide and take 2. Then I'm going to take a guidance card from the awakened soul, maybe 3 from there, and then I'll do a regular tarot. There is another one that I did pre-hand because this particular deck has questionable cards in it, so it's not one I can use on YouTube unfiltered. So these have already been pre-shuffled, so let's see. I have 3 cards for Chanyeol's personality, please. That's 4 cards, whatever. Okay. And then I'm going to take the 2 cards from here as well. So, give me the chance. No, just 1 card, please. Okay. Alright. Let's move these down. And to this second. Alright, so let's look. They're all upright. So I'm going to be the light side of these. So we have the angel helping those in need with no expectation of return. We have the child nature, friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. We have the queen, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. And we have the addict, helps you recognize and confront addictive behaviors. So now I'm going to give you my opinion on these cards. This would kind of indicate to me that this particular person, Chanyeol, in this video, is definitely very generous. They could definitely be involved in charity work, or want to be. And this is somebody who will just help somebody out of the good of the heart. They don't expect anything in return. Now we have the child nature here. This is somebody who's able to build friendships with animals really easy. This can indicate that they are not necessarily as good with their people skills and find it easier to connect with animals. This could also indicate that they are more nature-oriented. They like to be outdoors. They like to go on hikes. They like to go on walks. They like to get out of the big cities, is what I usually see with this kind of card. And this queen here, given this as a masculine to have this card, this is somebody who can be authoritative. And this is somebody who is in tune with both their masculine and their feminine and able to tap into that feminine energy. In the addict. Okay, so this card is interesting because it usually indicates that they could be a bit confrontational, but they will also try to help as well. Because when I see this in the upright position, this makes me think of almost like a therapist kind of energy, where they force you to recognize things about yourself that are not necessarily ideal, but they don't just leave you hanging there. They try to give you guidance on how to improve. So this is kind of, he kind of calls out people's, like, BS when he sees it. but he doesn't necessarily, like, reject somebody just because they give him attitude one day. He's like, you're just being a jerk, and sort of either check your attitude or give me a call when you're ready to, like, talk like an adult. Which is kind of what I get with this energy here. So that's interesting. Now I'm going to move this over and move into animal spirit. So how this works out in the individual, since I haven't done an individual in a couple months now, is this is their personality and this is their challenge. So, let's see. Let's look up the peacock. Peacock is air energy. Alright. And I do kind of remember this one, but I don't know infrared. Like, I can't remember the word. I don't know how to say the word. I know what I want to use. Oh, English is difficult. Alright, the peacock is inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unraveled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, is confident and kind. Alright, so basically, again, it talks about, like, it's not just a physical beauty he has. There's an inner beauty to it as well. And he is highly adaptable. So it's like, I think if there is any concern about him going to military, you really shouldn't worry about him because he will just adapt and just flourish no matter where he is. And as I kind of said with the addict card, it's like, he doesn't usually, like, he calls people's BS, but he doesn't necessarily take it personally, per se. And even if it is, like, a personal thing, it kind of just blows off him. He doesn't hold it against them. And the next time he meets this person, he'll act like there's nothing wrong. And it's not that he's, like, uncaring. And I think that's how some people might take this, as him being indifferent. But that's not the reality. It's just, he doesn't keep the energy with him, so he honestly might even forget. Like, if he had a bad encounter with somebody, he's like, oh, like, if they were to bring it up, he's like, oh, I don't really remember that. And people might see that as an indifference. Because peacocks are kind of elegant creatures. And sometimes people take this elegance as arrogance as well. So, that, particularly with Chanyeol, I think he's highly misunderstood. Just from what I've kind of previously gotten on him. So right now, we have one of these lovely little egg things, and I'm not reading the whole thing. So the Black Age is speaking a truth from my authentic voice, a truth. Alright, so what I kind of see here, with this being as his challenge that he has, is that the challenge is actually being purely expressive and being authentic. So it's like a true authentic to himself and putting this into his music. Expression is difficult for him. That makes sense. I don't know who does all the writing for EXO, but I feel like Chanyeol actually has a lot of good ideas, but he doesn't know how to properly express them. So, here we go for the archetype. I'm gonna pull these real quick. These are just channeled messages. This is a Hermo Tarot. This is actually a deck from another YouTuber. I have had bad experiences linking other videos to my channel or another YouTuber, so I'm not going to do that, but you can look her up yourself, though. So we have the Yes card, which pointless card when it's not a yes or no answer, but we have 1 pentacle. Again, I don't really see this having much meaning. And I left because you told me to. And I sometimes wonder if you care. I just want space. So, this typically will show up more in like love type situations. So, there is a possibility like there was a breakup that was kind of more the girl's idea or whatever partner, potentially. This is potential. I'm not going to say it's like necessarily what this could mean. This also could have just been a push to go into the military as well. Sometimes I wonder if you care. Like I said, I sometimes think he's easily misunderstood, and this might include inside the group itself. I won't know until I do the group reading, which I have not done yet. And I just want space. I'm not really going to dig into any of this, because this is usually indicated they don't want me to. And this could also just be an indicator he's kind of isolating from others. I'm sure COVID is particularly difficult, I think, for any sort of entertainer, because you're kind of, like, especially in a group, you're kind of stuck with your group all the time, and I know I couldn't do that. I feel like most of the time, if I couldn't escape my house and go to work, I would probably lose my mind, so, that being what it is, let's pull out the Awakened Soul. So I'm going to take past, present, and future from this. Alright, past. There's 4 cards there. So... So we have Gaia, and one more card, please. Future. Alright, card wanted to come out anyways. Alright, so leadership card in particular is definitely pretty self-explanatory. We also do see a lion here, which Chanyeol, I believe, is a Leo. I could be wrong about that, and sorry. I sometimes don't have all my facts. And I kind of see where in the past he's maybe worked on his own leadership and learning how to take on a leadership role, which this is kind of interesting because he's nowhere near being a leader within the group. Let me see. I'm also kind of getting an indication here is kind of learning to speak up for himself. I feel like he's kind of gone along with things he didn't agree with or things he wasn't happy with because he felt that he didn't necessarily have a voice. So he had to, like, as I said with that last thing we did, is that learning to speak up is definitely a challenge for him. It's like in interpersonal relationships and in business relationships are totally different things. He might have had some issues with the company because he kind of just went along with whatever they said and didn't really speak up for what he wanted or how he felt. So that could be something he worked on in the past. And currently he's in the Gaia energy, which I had to look this one up because I don't remember this particular one very well. So If you have received the Gaia card in your reading today, you are being asked to nurture yourself in a deep way. Self-care can come in many forms, but it has to be something that truly allows you time and space to feel refreshed and recharged. You are being called to nurture the connection that you have with the sacred in your life, especially the feminine. Take time to allow this space. This is the journey of the awakened soul, beginning in alignment with the natural rhythms of life, the cycles of the seasons, the moon, and the magic and natural wonder that we all gifted with. It is a call to arms for the sacred earth warriors who are protectors of animals, children, and living things on Gaia. You are being asked to put your spirituality into practice and be of service to others. Every little action helps. Every act of love and kindness creates positive change. Affirmation: I am deeply connected to my healing self in Gaia. So this could indicate to me that he is definitely somebody who cares about the environment. He could definitely kind of be into activism for like animals and for like more ecological practices. And I don't know what exactly he's going into the military, but he may even be doing something within the military that has to do with an environment. So, let's look at the future here. In the future, we have guidance. So, the guidance card is survived in your reading as a call for you to find outside counsel. You might be too close to a situation and too emotionally invested to be able to see clearly. Consulting an expert is the best remedy of the day. You are always being asked to listen to your inner guidance above all. No matter what your peers, spiritual teachers, institutions, or sacred books tell you. You are the only one who knows what is right for you. Ego can get in the way at times, and we can resist the guidance when it means change, but this is always a balancing act for spiritual people. Activities and practice with your intuition and psychic development are being brought to the surface of your consciousness. Time to strengthen those intuitive muscles and to put them into practice. Explore and have fun trying new techniques and tools. You must learn to act on your intuition hints and trust them. Action is faith in motion. You may be called to find a spiritual leader or coach that can get you to the next level when this card appears. Be open to new ideas and perspectives. There is always an element of letting go of some of your control when you open up your space to guide. Allow yourself this gift. The affirmation is, I am open and aligning to divine guidance. This kind of puts in perspective the dream I had, because basically I was having a totally unrelated dream to him, and suddenly I hear his second voice, and I asked, who is it? And of course the voice says Chanyeol. I'm like, what are you doing here? And this kind of makes sense. In a way, he is sort of subconsciously contacting because he is looking for guidance of his own. Except in this reality, I think he already knows what he needs to do and what direction he needs to go. But he may be afraid of his own intuition or his own abilities. He easily could have psychic abilities and he doesn't know what to do with them. So that is possible in this particular situation. I kind of find that there is really no difference in between male and female psychics. Anybody can be a psychic, except males, I think, tend to reject it more because they are kind of taught more to be more logical, you could say. While society doesn't necessarily put that kind of pressure on females, because females are kind of expected to be more emotional and things like that. So I feel males are more likely to reject their abilities than females. Even though I have to admit, when this all first started happening, I used to think I was nuts. Or that I had been watching maybe a little too much TV lately. Now, I'll admit, not all of my dreams I can remember. Not all of my dreams are necessarily like communication with people. Sometimes they're just nonsense. But there are dreams that are crystal clear. So, keeping that in mind, we're going to move on to the tarot. So, let's do past, present, future. Okay. You make it easy there. So, past, present, future. This will be the overall card. We have apathy and regret for an overall card, which is the Four of Cups. So, there might be regrets he's having in past actions. Or, this could be definitely contract related. Because here in the past, we have the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, blind to truth, and self-limiting. And in the present, we have financial hardship, left out in the cold, and struggle. This kind of definitely indicates to me issues with the company and contracts. But in the future, we have the Four of Wands, celebration, community, and unity. So, that is a good sign. So, I want clarification on the Eight of Swords. We have the Cancer card, the Chariot, control, focus, and willpower. Can I have one more? Ooh, okay. So, we also got the Seven of Swords, conviction, defiance, stand your ground, the Devil, vices, temptation, manipulation. We have the Emperor, dependability, authority, and structure. And we have the King of Cups, over emotional, depressed, and unbalanced. Ooh, boy. Alright. So we have the Emperor. This almost always, when I see this when it comes to idols, is the CEO in charge. We also have the Devil that came with it. And Seven of Wands. So, CEO might be very manipulative for entertainment purposes only. This is only my opinion based on the cards, and please do not take this as fact. Where I'm seeing a need to stand your ground. So I think there was most likely confrontation. It's always saying that there is definitely a conflict or a confrontation here with the Seven of Wands. Could have happened in July. Of course not this July, maybe last July. Where I feel like it kind of caused a lot of distress for Chanyeol. And this may be with this Four of Cups. He may regret confronting this person, but it also had to happen. Because if he didn't, he would always be trapped by them. So I'm not... Again, this can also be any sort of authority figure. It doesn't necessarily have to be the CEO. The past there. So in the future, this is the... Not the future, the present. Five of Coins. Which is financial hardship. So let's look at the Five of Coins, please. Okay. We have the Two of Wands in reverse, so doubt, fearing the unknown, being restless. Followed by the Ten of Cups, happy families, blessings, and well-being. And the Queen of Cups in reverse, which is insecurity, obsession, and spite. Alright, so what I'm kind of feeling is that he might be getting pressure from family to start having a family, or he might feel like, or feel drawn to maybe starting a family, because he already had Chen, who's already gotten married and has a kid, so maybe he's kind of he could almost be a little jealous of this fact, I think, with the Queen of Cups here. So I feel like there's part of him that kind of wants to get away from the idol. life and have a family, but he could be worried about financial hardship after leaving the idol society. So this might be what's on his mind right now. Because I wonder if he's thinking of not coming back after his military service. And he isn't really sure what he would do afterwards. Because, like, historically being an idol, I mean, it does not last as long as a lot of the current idols that are out there. Most of them would have retired by now. So a lot of them are staying in it a lot longer than what they used to. So there is a possibility that it's like he's like kind of starting to feel where he wants to get away from this lifestyle. But it's like he doesn't know what's coming and he's scared of it. Interesting. Alright, so let's flip all these upright. Let's go into future. So we do got the Four of Wands, which is celebration, community, and unity. So what is the Four of Wands? Okay. First one is in reverse, which is Three of Cups, unsocial, cancel plans, bad friends. Okay. Then we got the Page of Swords, curious, clever, and chatty. Okay. Eight of Wands, communication, rapid change, domino effect. We got the Knight of Swords in reverse, unfocused, follower, mischance. And the Six of Cups in reverse, growing up, childhood issues, and letting go of the past. These two combined really makes me think he may not come back. A lot of this does, actually. With the Three of Cups here, Six of Cups in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse, this really makes me think he's not gonna want to return to the idle life. He may, like this growing up card, might be kind of an indication he's ready to grow up into his next stage. Again, this could be an indicator of, with this Knight of Swords, of maybe not reaching the potential he could have, but almost kind of being where it's like he knows he's missed a lot of chances and he just maybe doesn't want to fight it anymore. And Three of Cups, this Emperor may not actually be in CEO. This could have also been somebody, like one of the older members in the group. And that relationship might get worse. Like, for allegedly here. Please don't take this as fact. This is a potentiality I see. These two cards kind of confuse me. Could it be maybe a woman comes into his life that could be a air sign? And this could be like rapid change. And this kind of almost makes me think of fan mail. You know, a lot of idols get fan mail when they're in the military. So it kind of makes me wonder if he is going to meet someone through fan mail. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to leave this here. And thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to go ahead and do the XO reading. So you will also be able to check out that. Thanks.